Hey everybody, Brett here at Pure Pursuit. We got in another 2012 Jeep SRT8 Grand Cherokee. 6.4 liter, 470 horsepower V8 under the hood. A lot of fun to make this thing get moving because it's a big Jeep. Nice intake grills on the hood on these things. Popping it down into the front, you can see the great aggressive front end styling with the LEDs, fog lights, and HID headlights, and the active cruise control you can see right down here in the center as well. 6-piston calipers with 15-inch rotors on the huge Brembo brakes here, and then the great designed wheels that are 20-inch wheels. Quick glimpse on the interior. And since it's a little bit difficult to catch it on whenever we're doing the interior features video, make sure that you check out that it has the heated rear seats as well. On the back, they've toned it down a bit from those 15-inch rotors to 13.8-inch. Again, the Brembo calipers with 4-piston in the rear. Make sure that this thing gets stopped pretty quickly. It's actually an impressive stopping distance of 106 feet, 60 to 0, that is. Plenty of storage in the back, the rear seats lay down, and then underneath you've got the spare and additional storage trays there. Also, I should mention there's a subwoofer there, a charge port, and a flashlight. It's got a power lift gate. And unlike a lot of the competitors, you can still open the rear glass separately from the lift gate itself. So that's a nice feature that we like on these things. Coming back down to the back, great rear end finisher here with a nice dual exhaust, nice SRT badging in that, as well as the SRT8 badging there. Backup camera right here, and Parktronic controls for rear backup. This is actually warmed up right now, so I'll go ahead and hop in it and give you a little rev test so that you can hear what it sounds like from the outside. We've got auto up and down for both front windows, power windows, locks, mirrors, seat control for the driver's seat, and then moving to under the dash. You probably can't see it on the video, but there's auto headlights, which you can also switch to full on and off, which I've set them to be on so you can see the HIDs warm up outside. Moving to the steering wheel, it does have power telescope and tilt. On the back, you've got paddle shifters and audio controls underneath that. On this side of the steering wheel, you've got the Bluetooth controls as well as the center console here. There's some different outputs that you can select on that, which I will turn the menu back on, move it up here to the top so that we can go through the different options there. The top of the menu has the compass and the outside temperature. And then you have the radio station, and then the menu itself has fuel economy settings, active cruise control settings, vehicle speed, output. You can switch between miles per hour and kilometers per hour. Trip information, trips A and B, terrain controls, which we'll get to the main terrain control here in the center in a minute, but you can adjust that through this center screen as well. Tire pressure check, vehicle information, messages, units in English or metric, performance for a 0 to 60 timing. You can actually check that and save recent ones and your best, or reset those. System setup for different languages, navigation turn by turn, and things of that nature. And then you can turn the menu off itself. On this side, you can adjust the cruise control as well as active cruise. You can turn that on and off from this as well. and that's a really awesome feature. We like it. It's basically it'll put on the brakes and slow down, and then it will re-accelerate if you have somebody that pulls over in front of you. The dash does have some real carbon fiber inserts. Just wanted to point those out. The center here has, right now we're on the navigation screen, so this vehicle is equipped with navigation. It's touch sensitive, so you can basically just keep touching the screen and change through different menu options that way, or you can use the exterior buttons. On the outside we've got Bluetooth controls, menu options, navigation, and then USB auxiliary switch right there. Auxiliary port right here. There's inside here a USB port and charge port. You probably won't be able to see those, so I won't bother opening it up for you. On this side you can open the main screen to insert CDs and DVDs. There is a hard drive for the audio system, so you can download MP3s directly to the hard drive. Seek radio settings and volume control. We'll switch it to the map view right now. Right now we actually have the AC on because it's pretty warm and sunny. As you can see, the sun's actually poking out through some clouds right now. Climate controls in the center area here. I've got on the cooled seat for the driver and heated and cooled front seats, which brings up in the rear seats are heated as well. And then traction control button, heated steering wheel, hazard switch, rear power output, and backup Parktronics. A little storage area in here with a 12-volt DC inside as well. Okay, we've got the terrain controls here. Right now it's set in auto, so it will automatically adjust for that. You can move it over to track, which will change the center console, not the center console, which will change your center screen in your console to reflect the different settings on the terrain. Now I've got it in sport, back to auto, snow, and tow. Moving up to the top portion, you've got a sunglasses holder, which is pretty standard, but I really wanted to point out the power liftgate button, which will open and close the liftgate in the back of the vehicle, and the one-touch Pano roof settings. So you can just touch that once and open and close. You also have, while that's closing, the cover will close as well with one-touch operation, and home link system for garage door openers. Put it in reverse and you'll see the backup camera screen light up as we back out from the showroom area here at Pure Pursuit. And as I mentioned the last time we had one of these in, we're pretty big fans of the SRT8 Jeeps because they're very surprisingly good. Pretty close comparison to both the BMW X5s and Porsche Cayennes. A little bit slower than the turbo variants of both of those, but this is a naturally aspirated V8, and it's a little bit heavier than both as well, but a lot more rigid structure for the chassis itself from the older platform for the SRT8, but the suspension is sorted out really well with the Bilstein shock absorbers. Steering is great for a big SUV. It's not quite as responsive and precise as you would expect from something like an M3 or a 911, but you're driving an SUV, so you can't really expect it to be quite that awesome. But for an SUV, it is very good. And we'll go ahead and pull around here to do the full throttle run. We'll let traffic get by first. And then while we're turning around here, we'll go ahead and test out this main screen in the middle here and see what we can do for the performance check. So we'll check for the 0 to 60 and go ahead and try that out. And actually 6 seconds flat, which is 0.4 seconds faster than what they tell you in the magazines that this thing will do. So surprisingly quick, 0 to 60 for a big SUV. That's partially from the four-wheel drive torque vectoring, which has limited slip in the rear, electronically controlled, as well as an electronically controlled center differential, which will vector torque to the front wheels as well actively. 470 some horsepower out of the 6.4 liter V8 is the other main component of why it's actually so quick. So pretty fun SUV to drive. If you've got any questions, give us a call, 816-659-3027, or send us an email at hello@purepursuitauto.com.